So let's get started. You want me to share my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so here we go. This is the thesis defense. Okay, tell me when to, yeah, go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Manasa Shankar, and I'm a sophomore at Woodstock High School. Next slide, please. So the topic that I chose to do research on was the ability for biomarkers to change and how nanosensors detecting these changes can be developed. Next slide, please. So the major research question I had was, how does the plasticity of biomarkers affect the results of biomarker tests? And how can nanosensors be developed to correctly identify changing biomarkers? My main objective was to investigate the many cases where biomarkers have changed in patients and how this could possibly affect the testing, diagnosing, and treatments. So based off of the information gathered, I developed a methodology to help create the nanosensors for each of the diseases involved. Next slide, please. So biomarkers are just substances that signal the presence of a disease or condition in the body, and biomarker tests help detect the presence of biomarkers, and they have shown very promising results in the field of pharmacy. However, what is not discussed is what is not discussed as much is the fact that some biomarkers can actually change over time in the body, which can cause biomarker tests to provide inaccurate results. And as a result of this, treatments can become delayed, which can result in psychological stress and medical debt. So this is where nanosensors come in. So they're basically just tiny sensing devices that also help detect the presence of biomarkers. To solve all of these issues, the ability for biomarkers to change must be addressed when it comes to building nanosensors. Next slide, please. So first, biomarkers from breast cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, prostate cancer, lupus, and pneumonia were selected for the study. So for each of the biomarkers, nanosensors were developed by combining many biosensing transmitters, which were then integrated into single-use polymer-based chips for medical analysis and diagnostics. We also made sure that these nanosensors contained features that adapt to changes in the biomarkers. So after the nanosensors were developed, they were given to their respective experimental group. So there were basically just 6 experimental groups involved, and each experimental group had participants who shared the same disease or condition that is involved in the study. The control group received regular biomarker tests, and all of the groups received their respective treatments every 5 months for 2 years. Next slide, please. What we found out was that the nanosensors actually detected the changing biomarkers correctly every time that they were given to the patients. The regular biomarker test did not exactly do the same. It detected the biomarkers just a few times, which in statistical analysis has shown that the developing nanosensors can detect changing biomarkers more effectively than regular biomarker tests. So using these results, we can develop more effective and personalized treatments, which can help improve the physical and mental health of both patients and healthcare workers. Next slide, please. So my experience with Gifted Gabber was great, and it was very educational. Dr. Lilova's experience and expertise helped me learn a lot about nanoscience and like how we can use it in real life. And a lot of her guidance helped me write my paper. Professor Virgil's expertise helped me improve my writing skills tremendously and helped me expand my paper. Next slide, please.
Oh, sorry. It's done, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So a question for Manasa and yeah, Dr. Lilova.
Okay, so my question is the same. I actually had this question before. Are those nanosensors going to be real-time monitoring? Are we just going to carry them somewhere?
Fortunately, no. My methodology was gathered based off of research, more of like literature reviews, so I couldn't like exactly develop them in real time, but I'm hoping to someday.
No, I mean when the nanosensors themselves are going to be real monitoring. Oh, you're going to develop those. Yes.
Hopefully someday.
Hopefully sometime. Yeah, this was my actually part of my question. Do you think that this would be better way to go instead of doing regular testing but when we have this change in the biomarkers, like constant changes, what if we just monitor this 24/7 and get the data? And then imagine the whole all this data and graphs and everything, how it changes over time. So do you think this would be a direction to go?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. And I just want to point out that this is Manasa's second research in this season. And I'm just very curious as to why you picked nanoscience and everything.
Honestly, like when I saw the nanoscience program, I was very interested in it because I had never heard of this before, and I just wanted to like expand my interests and like learn about it.
Yeah. And I hope this program really helped you with that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So yeah, please vote for the best presentation today. All the presentations were exceptional, but please still vote. 2 questions for Manasa and